Welcome to This Explainer. Look, let's talk about something incredibly real today. If you're tuning in right now, there's a very good chance you're feeling that heavy, totally overwhelming sensation of being exactly halfway through the term. You know the feeling, right? It's a very specific kind of tired, the kind where a third cup of coffee doesn't actually do anything anymore. Your brain literally feels like a web browser with 99 tabs open, half of them are frozen, and there's music playing from some unknown tab. You're just staring at a blank document, and that little blinking cursor feels like it's judging you. Well, today, we're going to unpack exactly what this semester slump is, why it's happening to you, and how we can navigate it together.
So, let's just address the elephant in the room, right? Why does absolutely everything feel so impossible right now? You might be experiencing that dreaded moment halfway through the term when your motivation just evaporates. Poof, gone. Have you noticed how a simple reading assignment, something that took you maybe 20 minutes to breeze through in September, suddenly takes 2 grueling hours in November? You sit down to work and suddenly even the most basic tasks like writing a single paragraph or even just organizing your backpack feel like you're climbing Mount Everest. Look, I want to validate your exhaustion right out of the gate. If you're sitting there right now feeling tired, overwhelmed, and totally disconnected from those bright-eyed goals you had at the start of the year, I promise you, you aren't alone. It is a universal, practically unavoidable experience.
Which brings us to Section 1, the semester slump, validation. I bet your inner critic is screaming one specific word at you right now: laziness. You probably think you just aren't trying hard enough, right? Like if you just had a little more discipline, you'd be totally fine. But actually, scratch that. Let's completely reframe that idea. What you are actually experiencing is accumulated exhaustion. See, cognitive energy is a finite resource. You have a battery, and you've been draining that battery relentlessly since week 1. Think about the sheer volume of mental energy you've expended over the last month and a half. Absorbing new lectures, navigating social dynamics, managing your time, stressing over grades. Your brain is a biological organ, and right now, it is simply and utterly depleted. You're not failing, and you are definitely not lazy. You're literally just running on empty. Moving on to Section 2, the invisible pressures. Explanation. So let's map out the semester's trajectory. Back in week 1, you were probably running on pure adrenaline. You've got new classes, fresh routines, blank notebooks, all those ambitious goals. It's exciting. But by week 4, that initial novelty has completely worn off. This is when those invisible midterms start forming in the back of your mind. Think of this background anxiety like a heavy app left open on your phone. Even if you aren't actively studying for a test yet, that app is running in the background, quietly draining your battery before you even crack open a textbook. And then, bam, we hit week 7. The adrenaline is completely gone, the battery is completely dead, and the workload aggressively peaks. Honestly, it is completely normal and entirely human to crash at this exact point on the timeline.
And why does it peak so aggressively right now? Well, welcome to the system crunch. Projects, papers, labs, group work. It honestly feels like professors across entirely different departments somehow magically collude to assign absolutely everything in the exact same 48-hour window. It literally all hits you at once. And let's not even talk about the unique agony of trying to coordinate 5 different schedules for a group project right now. The absolute worst, right? But I want you to really hear this. When you feel crushed by this overlapping mountain of deadlines, it is not a flaw in you. It's a flaw in the educational system. It is overwhelming for absolutely everyone, no matter how organized they claim to be. Compounding that system crunch is what we call the monotony loop. You wake up, go to class, study, repeat. It's an endless gray treadmill. The thing is, motivation simply cannot thrive in monotony. Our brains are hardwired to crave dopamine and novelty. So when you do the exact same thing every single day, the novelty that fueled you at the start of the term gets completely stripped away. Your brain stops seeing the excitement in learning and just sees this grueling chore. Burnout isn't always caused by doing too much. Actually, quite often, it's caused by doing the exact same thing way too many times. Breaking out of the slump means we have to recognize this treadmill and consciously step off it.
Now let's talk about how to fix it in Section 3, the gentle restart. Action. First off, we do not need a dramatic, forceful comeback here. No punishing all-nighters, no extreme scheduling overhauls, okay? We just need a gentle reset. Let's look at 2 incredibly low-barrier actions you can take today. First is the 10-minute start. When a task feels utterly impossible, just tell your brain, look, I am only going to work on this for 10 minutes. Give yourself full permission to quit at minute 11. The hardest part is almost always just crossing the starting line. Once you begin, natural momentum usually takes over. Second is the one thing rule. Staring at a massive to-do list paralyzes a tired brain. So pick one task, not 5, just one. If writing a 10-page paper feels impossible right now, your one thing is literally just formatting the title page and typing your name. That's it. Finish it and actively celebrate it. Another incredibly effective, super gentle action is resetting your study space. When we're deep in the semester slump, our environment usually reflects our mind, cluttered, chaotic, and exhausted. But this isn't just about being neat for the sake of it. Cluttered physical spaces create visual noise. Every loose paper and dirty coffee mug demands subconscious cognitive bandwidth from your already exhausted brain. Taking just 5 or 10 minutes to clear that desk removes the visual distractions so your brain can finally focus. It's a physical way of wiping the slate clean and basically telling your mind, all right, we are starting fresh. And this leads us directly to micro rewards. A micro reward is, say, grabbing a specialty coffee after finishing a dense chapter, or taking a 15-minute walk outside with your favorite playlist after hitting submit on a really tough assignment. When you're stuck in the slump, your brain is absolutely starved of reward chemicals. By attaching tiny, gentle celebrations to these small wins, you're essentially hacking their brain's reward system. You're giving yourself the dopamine hit required to create artificial momentum. I can't stress this enough. Small wins matter immensely right now. Which brings us to our final part, Section 4, Daily Self-Compassion Exercises. You're not supposed to be a machine. You're allowed to slow down. I really want you to let that sink in for a second. When you're in the slump, your internal critic is usually screaming at you, telling you that you're falling behind. We need to actively replace that criticism with daily self-compassion. To do this, let's implement a specific 3-step morning routine. Step 1, before you grab your phone or look at any to-do list, take a deep breath and consciously pause. Just pause. Step 2, forgive yourself for whatever didn't get done yesterday. Let it go. It's in the past. Step 3, set one kind intention for today, acknowledging your human limits. Taking a pause and adopting a softer approach is not a weakness, guys. It is a highly productive, absolutely necessary practice. Choosing self-compassion over constant criticism actually gives you your energy back. Hitting a slump does not mean your semester is ruined. It really just means you needed a pause. Remember, you are doing so much better than you think you are. You've made it this far, and that is undeniable proof of your resilience. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought to take with you today. What would actually happen if you stopped treating your exhaustion as a character flaw and started treating it as a signal to just pivot? You can restart anytime. The rest of this semester belongs to you. You've got this, truly.